Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be covering the process of replacing the brake fluid on a PX Ford Ranger. It's probably a good idea to replace your brake fluid sort of every 50,000 kilometers. That's what I sort of roughly do it at. On this particular Ranger, the brake fluid reservoir is also the clutch fluid reservoir. So when you do your brake fluid, you're actually replacing the clutch fluid as well. So it's also pretty important to not get any air in the system when you do it. And I'm going to be showing you how to do that today. What I'll be using today is just some basic tools. We just got a syringe here, a 10mm spanner, some Super .4 brake fluid, and a bit of brake cleaner. Ford actually specify that you use a WSS M6C65A2 Super .4 brake fluid. This particular Valvoline brake fluid does not quite meet those specifications. So as you can see on the back there, it's an MC6C55A specification, but I'm not too worried about that. It's close enough for me, and it's what I've been using, and I have not had any problems with it. So first up, we're just going to be coming up over to the brake fluid reservoir, which is located right there near the coolant bottle. And I'm just going to be opening it up and using the syringe to get as much fluid out of the reservoir as I can without dropping your cap. So it's just a matter of sticking that down there as far as you sort of can and just siphoning out, well, injecting out that fluid. Just by having a quick look at that, you can see that it's quite dirty just after 50,000 kilometers. So I'm going back in for the second time. So this might be a little bit difficult to see, but we're now on the minimum mark, which is right down there. So we didn't get everything out, but there was a good majority that got taken out. So once you got most of the fluid out of the reservoir, I usually just come over to both the sides of the brake caliper and just remove the dust cap and just crack that 10mm nut like so, and just let that bleed out. So the trick here is not to let all the fluid come out of your reservoir. You want to make sure there's still some in there so no air gets into the system. So I'll do this on both sides, and now I'll fill up the reservoir with fresh fluid. So with the bleed nipples on both sides open, I'm now going to top up this reservoir full. And basically what we're going to do now is just try and run as much fluid as we can through the gravity bleed. So I've got half a litre of brake fluid here, and I'll probably go through most of this in this brake changing procedure. Now it might take me about 15 minutes or so, but I might set a stopwatch anyway and just see how we go with it all. So this is just a bit of a glimpse of the actual colour that it's coming out in a white bucket. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. So we are about 10 minutes in, and I've run most of the brake fluid that I have through now. So what I'm going to do is just close off the bleed nipples here. And obviously you just want to hit it with a bit of brake cleaner just to get the residual fluid off. And don't forget the little dust covers that sit on the end of them. And the last step is just top off your reservoir up to the maximum mark. It's also a good idea just to clean the top of your cap off, because that's where a lot of the water sits if you do get water in your system. And that was the state of the fluid after about 50,000 kilometers. I also use this as a good opportunity to rotate my front tires. I get a fair bit of left-hand side wear on both my front tires just from my driving style. So what I'll do, I'll switch these around and put them on opposite sides just to even the wear out a bit more.